versus the stealth of another. In mythology, the ogre is a terrifying monster. Cruel, brutal, and hideous. But in the bug world, this monster is no myth.
Ogre-faced spiders are about as neat as spiders come. Their middle posterior eyes, so their posterior median eyes, are huge.
Most spiders have 8 eyes, but poor vision. The ogre-faced spider has military-grade optics that turn night into day.
They're outstanding at collecting light at night so that they see very, very well in darkness. Their vision at night is far better than cats and better than owls.
That's extremely bad news for passing prey. But even more astonishing is the ogre-face's weaponry.
What these spiders do that is absolutely unique in the animal kingdom is they build a very, very specialized web.
Hanging from a threadbare silk scaffold, the ogre-faced spider starts weaving a weapon. An expandable net that traps the unsuspecting in the blink of an eye. It flings it over its prey like a gladiator, casting a deadly net.
When they actually attack something, they're going down just incredibly fast and then releasing the web, and it contracts. It is fascinating to watch.
The ultrafine net is created with the skill of an expert weaver.
They make it in their back legs. As you see them combing, they've got a comb on their 4th leg, and you see them combing out silk very fast. I often think of it as hair that has been teased up, and the silk looks something like that.
Holding the tightly woven net in its 4 front legs, the ogre-faced spider silently sets up a vigil for whatever flies by or passes below. Equally fascinating, every bit as silent and deadly, is the assassin bug.
Watching the assassin bug move is like watching a Shaolin kung fu master walking across rice paper. Gentle, silent, careful. Not a single mark, not even the most minute noise. No wonder it's called the assassin bug.
Its weapon of choice is part long, sucking mouth, part syringe for injecting venom.
The assassin bug stabs its prey using this long beak-like structure called a rostrum. But with the rostrum, it has additional microstructure. It's called stylids. And what they do is they open up small tears inside the prey, which facilitates the venom flowing in.
The assassin bug feeds on any insect it can catch. It's even been known to skewer bats and humans. But it doesn't rely just on its rostrum. It has antennae as long as its body, which gather intel on the grasshopper it's silently stalking. It also plays smart. It imitates a wafting breeze.
The assassin bug is being very clever here. As it gets quite close to the prey, it makes its footsteps bouncy and irregular, creating the kind of normal environmental background noise produced by a breeze.
And then, with its prey within reach, it does something very odd for a master stalker. It reaches out with an antenna.
Assassin bugs have a peculiar habit of using their antenna to gently tap their prey a few times before stabbing them. It's a poorly understood phenomenon. We don't know if it's to confuse the prey or even somehow to hypnotize them, but this is what they do.
Whatever the reason, it works. The prey doesn't suspect a thing. Then it struck. The assassin bug's rostrum spears the grasshopper's back. Deadly venom floods its body.
The paralyzing action of the venom takes effect in 3 to 5 seconds. At this point in time, the limbs are unable to move. After about 15 seconds, it is completely paralyzed, even though it's still alive. Prey is sitting there immobilized. Other chemicals that the assassin bug is pumped in is now digesting it even while it's alive. By the time the assassin bug is done, 40 to 60% will have been sucked out as a liquid lunch.
As darkness descends, a deadly net and a venomous spear will soon become the weapons of choice in a forest as black and as ominous as the grave. Two Bug World gladiators are about to do battle. One armed with a spear that pierces flesh with ease, and the other with a fast-release net that can finish a fight before it begins. As the spider hovers, the assassin bug closes in, moving ever so slowly, from leaf to branch. The two deadly foes converge in the darkness. The assassin bug needs to get past the net to strike a blow. It tugs on the web, but a foot gets caught. In one swift movement, the ogre face flings down the net and scoops its victim into a treacherous tangle of silk.
What it will do is it will grab it up, wrap it up with more and more silk, so there's no chance that the assassin bug is able to get its piercing mouth parts out. There's nothing that the assassin bug can do that's going to hurt the ogre-faced spider.
The ogre wraps quickly while keeping her distance. The assassin bug stretches its legs to break free of the death shroud. It's too late. With the deadly rostrum safely encased in silk, the ogre face moves in for the kill. The would-be assassin takes a hit of paralyzing venom. Death is seconds away. But the ogre-faced spider ignores the formalities. It's already feeding on the body fluids of the vanquished. It's a call to arms, to defend the Empire. This plant is about to become green ant territory. In less than a day, they will swarm over its leaves and bend them to their will. It's empire building by an incredible society that thinks as one.
Colonies are interesting things. This is where hundreds of individuals behave like a single organism.
They may think as one, but they're divided into specialist teams. There are workers, porters, guards, and beneath this swarm of servants, a queen.
In an ant colony, the queen is by far the most valuable thing. She sits there day in, day out, pumping out hundreds of eggs.
Construction on the queen's castle is underway. It's an ambitious undertaking, but every green ant is a born engineer with equipment to match. Up front, its mandibles are like a hydraulic press, lined with razor teeth. On a human scale, they could lift a 7-ton truck. In the ants' world, they can slice off a limb or hold up a roof.
Imagine us being able to lift something hundreds of times our body weight using just our mouth.
With their jaws and legs, ants become heavy machinery, pulling massive leaves into a cocoon. For adhesive, they use silk spun from larvae, carried around like living bags of glue. But this Army Corps of Engineers isn't just building a new kingdom, they're defending it. For other bugs, it's become a no-go zone. Any breach is met with overwhelming force.
The strength of green ants is in numbers. While some of them will pin the prey down, others will come by and bite it over and over and over again until it's defeated.
Like a crack commando unit, a squad immobilizes the beetle, while others start slicing it up. Green ants can capture and butcher a beast in just minutes. But some creatures can be too hot to handle. Like this killer, descended from the first bugs to crawl on land 300 million years ago. The tree scorpion. It's a wily opponent, built for a quick kill. It has size and sting on its side.
It captures prey by stinging it with this venom, grabbing it with the pinchers, and then tearing it apart and eating it.
The tree scorpion stalks the lower rainforest canopy. There's nowhere it's scared to go. It fears no one.
Scorpions are hunters. Scorpions will basically take whatever they're able to successfully capture. Insects, other scorpions, they'll attack a wide range of different animals. Insects, spiders, but also one of the things that's most notable about scorpions is that scorpions are major predators on other scorpions. In fact, scorpions may be the most important predator on other scorpions.
Its confidence and lethal advantage come from super-sensitive hairs on its legs and body. The slightest movement registers, even the flap of a fly's wing. And leading it straight to the kill zone are sensors beneath its body called pectines.
These pectines, think of them as combs, are extremely sensitive to substrate vibration. So as they're walking along, these combs are responding to vibrations from the ground. As they walk, these touch the ground. In addition, the pectines are probably at least somewhat sensitive to chemical and odor cues and are picking up information from the environment. They don't have particularly good vision. They almost certainly are responding to light and dark, but they're clearly not locating prey visually.
This cricket came too close. It landed on a branch. The vibrations and the cricket's telltale chemical compounds alerted the scorpion. And in no time, the cricket became the main menu item on its predator's outdoor dinner table. The tree scorpion has bizarre table manners. Its mouth has claws. This creature knows how to look after itself in the rainforest. But how will it fare in a border dispute? Nearby, the ant empire is expanding overnight. The tree scorpion's territory is under threat. And any dispute will quickly turn into all-out war.
When a green ant colony attacks a much larger animal, anything that can be bitten will be bitten.
When green ants invade your territory, they don't negotiate. They simply arrive in their thousands and start building an empire. There's no diplomacy, no discussion. They owe allegiance only to their queen.
Green ants are extremely territorial. They will protect their queen at all costs.
The tree scorpion shows no such respect for the queen, nor her faithful subjects. It's been spotted by a lone scout. It's David versus Goliath. But no one's told the green ant. No matter how futile the attack, it's programmed to lock on to its foe. The scout is easily dispatched, but it has sent out a chemical distress signal. It's like sounding an air raid siren inside the colony.
The defensive strategy of the green ants is built all around teamwork, sending out chemical messages that'll bring in lots of ants. You'll have hundreds of them pouring into that one area.
The colony mobilizes for war. Soldiers head out to meet the invader. The tree scorpion tries to beat a retreat, but it's surrounded.
This is where the real fight begins. Once the green ants start operating as a team, their effectiveness takes an exponential leap. It's a case of 1 + 1 = 3.
Ant numbers swell quickly. Each attaches itself, trying to outmaneuver the giant intruder. Sensing an advantage, the ants deploy their weapon of mass destruction, a cloud of formic acid. Sprayed from each ant's abdomen, the cloud is like pouring molten lava on the scorpion's wounds. It lashes out, and its victims are piling up. Medic ants deal with the wounded. But more soldiers swarm in to replace the dead and dying. The onslaught overcomes the scorpion's last defenses.
ants are able to hold on to different parts of the scorpion so it isn't able to sting. There's a limit to how many it's able to grab with its pinchers.
The scorpion is pinned, helpless. The ants then set about dismembering their victim, chewing through its joints. They start carrying away the ultimate trophy of war, the scorpion's stinger. There's nothing their victim can do. Once it loses its sting, its fight is over. Many ants have made the ultimate sacrifice. That's how the colony works. One individual dies, an empire is defended. Long live the queen. Someone will disturb the peace. Meet the Cellar spider. Its thin, pole-like limbs make it look somewhat fragile, even weak. But nothing's further from the truth.
The Cellar spiders are actually pretty good at killing other spiders. They don't necessarily specialize on killing other spiders, but they're really good at it when they get the chance.
Cellar spiders prefer to operate under cover of darkness, and they're not picky about where.
You can find cellar spiders everywhere. Corners of houses, protected areas, near trees. They build these kind of rough webs relatively high.
From their hidden vantage points, they pick off passing prey. Small or large, it makes no difference. And those spindly legs, with their multiple sections, have the clearance of a monster truck and are as nimble as high-speed knitting needles.
Their legs are long and lean and effective for keeping everything at arm's length.
They can immobilize rivals from a safe distance by wrapping them in silk before moving in for the kill. Their fangs are tiny, but pack mean venom. But before they can use their fangs, they have to catch their prey. In the shadows, this cellar spider installs more sticky silk. It won't rely on an intricate web, just the basics. Enough to ambush the unwary. Elsewhere on the rocky outcrop, another spider prepares for action. Compared to the cellar spider, she's a bruiser. The white-tailed spider.
The white-tailed spider is a wandering assassin. This deadly stalker lurks in the shadows.
The white-tail is a master spider killer. She's 3 times the weight of the cellar spider. In Spiderland, she's a super heavyweight fighter. Even a night-stalking commando like the wolf spider can be overpowered in an instant.
The white-tailed spider's main weapon is surprise. It rushes out of the shadows to deliver a fatal bite.
The whitetail pumps digestive juices through her victims, then sucks them dry. Few spiders walk away from the whitetail. Would a delicate cellar spider take on a super heavyweight? You'd be surprised.
I don't think the whitetail has a chance.
These are the shadowlands of the bug world, hidden places where dirty deeds are done under cover of darkness. This white-tailed spider is looking for an easy kill. She's checking out a rock ledge. That happens to be a cellar spider's home. And the delicate homeowner will defend its territory to the death. No matter how huge the invader. The cellar spider starts a war dance.
One of the things that cellar spiders do to avoid being attacked by predators is they swirl on their legs. Another thing that they might do is pump up and down, and they disappear because they're moving so fast they become invisible.
The whitetail isn't so easily fooled. She holds her ground. Conflict is inevitable.
For the whitetail spider, it's all about getting the first bite in.
But the cellar spider moves first. It flicks the whitetail onto its web. The whitetail tries to regain its footing. But the cellar spider goes into silk-spinning overdrive. From a safe distance, its legs lasso the whitetail 6 times every second. But the whitetail is strong. She keeps breaking free. Cellar spider's silk isn't the strongest, nor stickiest in the spider world. But there's a lot of it. And every throw counts. Hundreds of silk ropes entangle the whitetail. In a desperate last effort, she tries to slash her way to freedom with her huge fangs.
The whitetail spider will use its fangs to cut through the silk. If it can get out, it'll run for its life.
But the cellar spider counters, hoisting her victim higher. It's spinning too much silk, and the whitetail's jaws may not be enough. Thousands of silk ropes finally immobilize the whitetail. Enough for the cellar spider to move in for the kill. It delivers its deadly payload and leaves the venom to do its work. A delicate spinner outguns a big brute. And the Shadowlands are quiet once more. But they won't be for long. Many bugs are forced to adapt their lifestyle to suit their environment. But some are just plain ornery. They modify their environment to suit their own needs. The result is a monster minefield. It's brains versus bite for the biggest prize, survival. In the rainforest, hunters don't come any smarter than this. A flair for strategy. A master of disguise. The name is Spider. Portia Spider, licensed to kill. Portia is a specialist assassin. She prefers other spiders. And her 8 all-seeing eyes can pick them off in all sorts of conditions.
The eyes have different functions. The eyes on the side are very attuned to movement. A jumping spider can see 360 degrees. The front huge eyes are essentially recognizing contrast and discriminating distance. Combination of these different eyes, they just have superb vision.
Portia is also a mistress of camouflage. Tufts of brown and white hair all over her body, thick brushes on the top of her legs, and thin lower leg segments make her look like forest debris. It's the perfect cover for ambushing prey. And when it comes to the kill, she has all the equipment a stealthy assassin needs. Fangs that deliver lethal venom, and mouth parts that flood the victim's body with digestive enzymes, so it can be dissolved, ground up, and sucked in as a liquid lunch. But Portia is armed with another weapon you can't see.
Portia are incredibly intelligent spiders. What Portia seems to do is locate its prey, figure out where it is, approach it from a number of different angles until it's in an optimal hunting position.
She's also a master deceiver. She doesn't just look like leaf litter, she acts like it.
They will pluck on webs that indicate that just a little debris has fallen into the web. And so the spider may come up to the web, try to remove the debris, only to be attacked.
You don't mess with a fine-tuned killing machine unless it has a weakness. And this is the arch-villain who could find it. A stay-at-home hunter and a high-wire walking warrior. The long-jawed orb weaver.
The orb weaver's web is laid out like a circular grid with lines radiating out from the center. The spider will sit in the center, and from there it can get to any point on the web very fast, and those long legs just enhance their speed.
The orb weaver lies in wait. A silent ninja poised to strike.
Orb weavers have 3 little claws at the end of each leg, and while they're sitting on the web, they're monitoring every little vibration.
Each movement means something. A puff of wind, a falling leaf, or what the skillful hunter is really waiting for, a trapped insect.
Sensing vibration is far more important to these guys than seeing things. In fact, vision doesn't really play a role at all in their hunting strategy.
When this 8-legged ninja strikes, it's lightning quick. But no throwing stars here. Just 2 long, razor-sharp fangs. Perfect for turning prey into shish kebabs. The orb weaver's long body is also superbly camouflaged. Stretched out in the middle of the web, it could be a stick. The fly obviously thought so. Now, wrapped in those deadly jaws, it's not thinking much at all.
The long-jaw's spiked chelicerae effectively perform the same function as the raptorial arms of a mantid. They help grab onto the prey, hold it, and tear it apart.
Nearby, the Portia spider is figuring how the orb weaver could become her next meal. A lethal assassin versus a deadly ninja. Only one will survive. In the peaceful surrounds of the lush rainforest, a camouflage specialist stalks a larger-than-life arch-villain.
Portia's a camouflage spider. They look like a piece of debris, and that's all there is to it. They don't look like a spider walking along. They don't look like a predator, and they don't feel like a predator.
Portia has devised a plan of attack. She starts snipping the long jaw's silk lines, clearing a jumping path for a view to kill.
The Portia has done such a good job of tricking the longjaw that it is oblivious to the threat, even as its back to it.
Portia keeps snipping. One stray line in the path of her jump, and the diner could become the dinner. With the lines clear, she moves into position. A quick, clinical kill. As the venom-filled fangs plunge into the orb weaver's body, what took more than an hour of scheming and preparing is over in a moment. Portia venom is unusually potent, especially to spiders. As the deadly cocktail courses through its body, the long jaw is paralyzed, then eaten.
You know, it's no surprise that this Portia won. Long-jawed spider, unless it escaped fast, was doomed. It isn't a spider hunter. Portia is a spider hunter. They're good at what they do. They're really smart. I don't think the long-jawed spider had a chance.
Like a professional assassin, Portia is ruthlessly efficient. And she's already planning her next kill. The loser will become the winner's trophy. This is a house centipede. A lean, mean killer with just 3 speeds. Stopped, fast, and faster. With 30 legs to propel itself, it's the bug equivalent of an Olympic track and field team rolled into one.
The front legs are relatively short, the hind legs are relatively long, so the legs don't trip over one another as they're running this fast.
When the house centipede feels the need for speed, it covers up to 16.5 inches of ground every second. That's like a human sprinting at 42 miles per hour. It's a unique design, where even a couple of spare limbs are put to good use.
The centipede has venom claws. These are evolutionarily modified front legs that are sickle-shaped organs that are extremely flexible and are able to inject venom into the prey, plus help tear it apart.
But deadly venom and lethal speed are useless unless you can see where you're going.
These centipedes have huge compound eyes. It's clear that they're using vision to track their prey, and this might be related to the speed at which they're chasing.
This cockroach would do well to run for its life. But you can't outrun a gold medal sprinter.
House centipedes are incredibly voracious predators. They literally run down their prey.
But the house centipede isn't the only speedy, sharp-eyed predator patrolling the rainforest arena. It's also the domain of the swift tree mantid. An accomplished all-rounder at blood sports.
These are a pretty small mantid, only about an inch in length, but they're just as capable as a larger mantid and can punch well above their weight.
Its opponents are hit with a deadly combination. Powerhouse limbs, mean mouth parts, deadly spikes.
The swift tree mantid is like the leopard of the bug world. It's really well camouflaged, it's fast, and it tears its prey apart with savage bites.
Thanks to its huge compound eyes, it also has superb vision.
The swift tree mantid has enormous eyes and incredible visual acuity. That's particularly important where both predator and prey are relying on camouflage. If it can pick a prey just standing out a little bit, or a tiny shadow where there shouldn't be a shadow, or a little flicker of movement, that can be enough to give the game away.
The mantid is no slouch at concealing itself either. It's a medal winner when it comes to hide and seek.
Evolution has resulted in the swift trees having perfect camouflage. Imagine it's like a special forces soldier having a camo suit that allows them to match perfectly the bark that they're on. So just by standing still, they disappear.
And if their camouflage ever lets them down, they're super fast out of the starting blocks. With all the confidence in the world, they leave just about any predator in their wake.
The swift tree mantid is extremely alert and bold. These guys are quite confident to just brazenly stroll around the smooth bark that doesn't offer any nooks or crannies to hide in. That's because they know they can outrun pretty much any predator that comes by.
When the swift tree mantid and the house centipede compete for gold, this is winner takes all. Deep in the rainforest arena, two cold-blooded killers are about to slug it out for the gold medal in combined blood sports. The swift tree mantid might be small, but it's not intimidated.
The swift tree mantid is extremely alert and bold. It's seemingly unafraid of aggressors, even ones much larger than itself. When confronted, it'll stand its ground, pull some intimidating-looking poses, give a wicked stare.
Is the mantid bold or just plain foolish? Its opponent, the house centipede, isn't backing down either. The mantis strikes first. It catches the centipede off guard. But the bigger centipede counters and stabs the mantid with its venom claws. Then starts ripping its victim apart while it's still alive. The mantid's insides get sucked up like a sports drink. In the bug world, there's only room for one on the winner's podium. There are no silver medals.